Namaste, Sat Shri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum. My name is Jamila Khan, and a very warm welcome to CLAP. CLAP, as you know, is the Creative Learning Arts and Performance. Before we begin, further ahead, we have some viewers with us. And if you have to say anything, any kind of suggestion, anything that you want to say, please raise your hand, icon pe click kar dijiye, or just put it in the comment section. Let me tell you something more very quickly about CLAP. It's an enabler, a center, a platform that allows the individuals to grow as a community filled with art and culture aimed at creating an environment of well-being of individuals and promoting family wellness. Despite the global pandemic, CLAP is continuing its commitment. It has evolved from an on-ground venue to a completely online platform, which is what we are doing right now. A platform where you can perform what you love. How interesting. From your hobbies to your passions, from your interests to learn something new, some new art form and expressing your art, which is also what we're going to do right now. Under the umbrella of our brand CLAP, we have a genre-based categorization very quickly. CLAP Leaf, which brings you dance and fitness sessions, CLAP counseling, stress management, music therapy, CLAP image management sessions of image, behavior, etiquette, communication, CLAP Fiesta, which provides the live theatrical performances and other soft skills associated, CLAP Wings, which conducts workshops for art, drama, etc. And today we have with us a very special guest, very talented, very gifted, Mr. Sunil Gogia. Welcome, sir. It's an honor to have you with us. Mr. Sunil Gogia basically deals with cartoon drawing, zentangle, and aerosol graphia. These are something which is new to a lot of us. And he conducts workshops across India at IITs, IIMs for the past 10 years. What I really liked, and the line which stayed with me, what I was reading up about Mr. Sunil Gogia is, he stated that my mission is to provide a simplified yet powerful tool to my learners. मुझे लगा ये sentence बहुत बढ़िया है और बहुत भारी है, बहुत कुछ इसमें आ सकता है. So I think we'll start from here. आप इस भारी sentence को हमारे लिए थोड़ा हल्का कर दीजिए. Please explain.
All right.
Yes.
Welcome and pleasure to be on CLAP's platform. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about my journey in art. It's been a very vivid journey, let me say. And what I want to, before I answer your query as to how, what I mean by whatever I have said, we visualize art as something that happened in the galleries. We visualize art as something that, artists, known artists can do. Let's say like, Picasso, Van Gogh, Michelangelo, or maybe Mr. Hussain or Souza. So what we feel is only those guys can do art and I cannot do it. So we limit ourselves by saying that I cannot do it. Now, art is not that way. Every, Pablo Picasso says, art, every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain a child as we grow up.
Wonderful.
So that's what it is all about. We feel that we limit ourselves by saying that I can't do it. Now, since I'm self-learned and since I always wanted to do art since childhood, but I never got a chance to do it, and since I had a very tough journey learning art on my own, having not gone to an institute where I could learn art, I learned in my own way, without blinkers, without following books, or without following, maybe the rightful nuances about the art, so to say. I learned it my own way. So the way I learned it, I tried to present it to people so that they can learn it like easily. Everybody cannot be a born artist. And you cannot deny yourself if you want to do art. You cannot, I feel you should not deny yourself. I won't do it because I'm not a born artist. Wonderful. But I do want to create. So that's why I've simplified it as much as possible for people who want to learn art and who come to me and ask me how I'm doing it.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing, absolutely wonderful. So nice. This is actually something actually true. You know, whenever people think of art, it's like the big ones. Art matlab bahut badi cheez, and you don't actually need to, and you can express in so many different ways.
Yes. Sorry?
You can express in so many different ways. I mean, it needn't be
Yeah.
that big, oil paintings or those. You can come down to cartoons as you make
Yeah.
caricatures, zentangle, and
Yes.
of course your aerosol art is something which is
Yeah.
new and catching on.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you tell us something more about that?
So aerosol graphia, or let's say the art of doing spray paint, like spray paint art of uh, doing art with spray cans. You can see my gallery behind me. All these are artworks done with spray cans. I'll quickly move my laptop around so you can have a view of my art. See, all these are artworks. Like, very often when my friends come over, I have a dedicated room where I put all my arts, and these are, my trophies.
Amazing, amazing. Can you show us a close up of that's some kind of a poster, anarkali ka poster? Wow.
Yes, that's also been done with spray cans.
Ah,
So
amazing.
very often, now this is a picture of
Your voice is not clear, Sunil ji.
this is a picture of Farhan Akhtar. Is it better now?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. This is a picture of Farhan Akhtar. One of his movies was shot in my house partially.
Really?
Uh, yeah, Wazir. So Wazir was partially shot in my house. At that time, when he had come, I had made a poster, a painting for him. I made two of them. I gave him one, and I told him, please sign for.
Stay in front of the screen, please. That way your voice is clear.
All right. So I asked him to sign on one of the pictures that I made out of two of them. They said, "Why would you want me to sign on your painting?" I said, "Sir, this is going to be my prized possession. I'm not going to sell it. This is going to remain with me, and I want your signature as a,
Brilliant.
uh,
Brilliant.
so
Brilliant. I
that's
can
how
see the
like
particular one with the women over there with hearts as their lips.
oh that's a kind of an abstraction I have done, like uh, pop art.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. Wow.
Okay, and then on this side I have this picture of.
Sir, come in front of the camera, please.
All right. Uh, uh, of Cabaret. Cabaret was quite a favorite movie of mine. Liza Minnelli's Cabaret, and I'd done a show on stage. So that's why I decided to make a painting of that movie, Liza Minnelli's Cabaret. And one more thing I want to explain, that spray paint art, a lot of children who came to learn from me were misguided and thought that spray paint art is all about doing painting with the brush. So, the toothbrush.
Right.
So I said, no, that is not spray painting. I mean, though as a child you might get fascinated, and you may want to do certain things out of it, fine. But spray paint art is something that happens out of spray cans. So, I mean, that's how my journey started. And once I took on to spray painting, I never looked back. For 10 years, 12 years, I've been doing spray painting. And I have a lot of pictures to my collection. And I've been very, very lucky to have been accepted by the media, the written media, as well as the, CNBC and other people who covered me. So my journey has been one of luck and dedication.
Talent for sure. You have to add the word talent for sure. So you started quite late in life with this kind of art form, right? What were
Yeah.
you doing earlier before that?
I was into a family business. We were into automobile spare parts selling. I, my brother, my dad, and like it was a very successful business. And we had outlets, uh, obviously in Opera House, which is the hub, and in Chembur, in Vashi. But unfortunately, about 18 to 20 years back, we had a very severe downslide, and we had to shut down and we had to totally shut down and close down everything. So that's when I started seeking like, divine intervention, started going into prayers and started doing all sorts of things. And I said, since childhood, I've been wanting to be an artist. Let me explore art.
So it
And
was always there. Sorry to interrupt. It was always there. It was not that it came later in life. Even before you were working, you always wanted to be an artist. It was there within you.
yes, but I never explored painting. What I had done earlier was like I've tried my hand at mandolin playing. I tried my hand at photography. Yeah, photography gave me a lot of success. I did, a lot of photography, which was also very much appreciated. Then I used to write poems, and I used to, yeah, and I had learned cartoon drawing from Vikas Sabnis because I wanted to make my own cards. At that time, when I was in college in the 70s, at that time, Vakils, greeting cards manufacturers, Vakils, they used to have those funny cards. And I wanted to make my own funny cards. And to make funny cards, I needed to be good at art, and I needed to be like, doing cartoons and all. So that's where my love for cartooning went and took me to Mr. Vikas Sabnis.
Good, good, good. So also tell me, spray painting is one of the things, right? The other two things are zentangle. Zentangle is actually associated with a lot of adults these days who want to kind of relieve stress relief, also associated with mental health issues. It's advocated for them. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's absolutely correct because I, for one, am quite advanced in age, and we were advised, in my society and even otherwise, seniors ko bahar nahi jana hai. You must be wearing a mask. Children cannot go out. So, I had a very active life before the pandemic came in. I've been going to schools. I'm partnering with Hindustan Times. I've been going to schools to do offline classes with school children.
Okay.
And suddenly I found a void. I had nothing to do during the pandemic. So I started, exploring things that I could do with a paper and pencil, something simplified. And then I started spending more time in these kind of art forms. And I also was interested in Zentangle art. Very often in the middle of the night, if I was, feeling stressed, I would, come down to my hall and open up, my drawing book and start doing some Zentangle art. So Zentangle mein kya hota hai? It's like a repetitive pattern. So when you do that repetitive pattern, your mind goes so much into it that you forget the stress that has been troubling you. The stress could be of any kind. Oh, kal kya hoga? Bimari kaise ho jayegi? Mujhko ho gaya to kya hoga? Things like that. So when those kind of things are troubling you, and when you go into zentangling, you forget, those stressful thoughts.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's a so there's a difference between mandala and zentangle.
Not I don't think there's much of a difference. Like the word Zen itself relates to
Okay, it's that
mandala.
way only. Okay, so zentangle is that way.
Yeah,
Zentangle.
and
Okay.
like when we talk about Zentangle art, we say the art of tangling. So you're entangling your thoughts, or you're entangling yourself into something to move out of something else.
Okay, amazing. It's kind of a meditation. That's what I've heard about. I've never actually tried my hand, but I've seen a lot of work.
It is.
That's in your work also. Very, very nice. Very nice. So, can it be taught? I mean, is it something that you just, there's a difference between doodling and zentangle then?
Yes, yes. So let me show you. Doodling is something like this, something like this. All right.
Okay.
And zentangling is something like this.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's more formal and it has a fixed pattern, maybe.
Yes, it has a pattern that develops by repeating certain lines and certain squares or triangles and things like that. And your query that whether it can be taught is valid because when I wanted to do Zentangle, and if I want to do something that is complex, I found it very difficult to follow. How do I do it now? It's like origami, like even in origami is the art of folding paper.
Correct.
All right. So when you go to fold paper and when you see somebody doing a very complex origami, you feel कि अरे ये fold कैसा होगा, ये valley fold कहाँ आ जाएगा, ये fan fold कहाँ जाएगा, things like that. But if you go systematically, like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, then it becomes simplified, and you feel कि yes, I can do it. So the way I learned it, I try to teach it to people so that they can take it up easily.
Similarly, what you went through, you want to, in fact, probably with your experience, you'll try to even simplify it further. You might have taken 10 steps, you'll probably teach it in 2 steps.
Yes.
That is what is the crux of a good teacher, the essence of a good teacher. Amazing. Also, tell me, how did you get interested the first time when you thought that, okay, now I need to get into this kind of art form properly? So did it just happen overnight? Did you make a drawing and realize that, okay, this is not bad, I should now continue with this? How did it happen?
Okay. So, like I said, I was into family business, and 12 years back, I was going through a lot of stress because of the financial difficulties. And also, they say I'm into a Buddhism practice, and I went into Nichiren Daishonin's Buddhism. I went into this practice because, like I said, along the way, because of the stress and difficulty that I was going through, I was looking for, intervention. Like I wanted some kind of help from by praying, by that kind of intervention I was looking for. And then, I started looking at different things that I could do with the art that I had already done before, but I found that that is not going to work for me. And since my family business had failed, we decided to, I and my brother, we decided to start a new product line. And the new product line was came to us from one of our family friends who were importing spray cans. Okay, they were into importing business machines, but their business, Xerox वगैरह जो starting या answering phones and वगैरह जो आए थे starting में, those things had shut down, and they had started importing spray cans, and all over the world people were doing graffiti. Okay, so because they felt that this is the thing, the future in India, they started also importing these spray cans, and I was the first amongst the distributors to become a distributor. I was basically a trader. All right, so I became a distributor of spray cans, and when I became a distributor, I was looking for ways to sell my spray cans, and people would take advantage of me but not buy from me. Well, I used to go to shopkeepers. Acha, aap ek kaam karo. Is it okay if I talk a little bit in Hindi?
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
So once in a while, I would go to a shopkeeper and he would say, "Why don't you paint this wall for me? Show me a small sample." I paint the wall. I go to a person who's selling, toys and those tortoise and things like that, and they would tell me, "Why don't you just paint this and show me?" I would paint it and show them. So doing those things, it somehow became a habit with me of how to use the spray can. And then I would even want to show them, to encourage them to buy. I would even show them how to do spray painting. Now, spray painting itself, doing spray painting is not simply picking up a brush and start doing painting. You have to know, you must know how to use the spray cans, what distance to keep, how to hold the spray can, at a 45-degree angle and things like that. So unless you know that, you can't, to do any art form. I'm sure one needs to know the medium very well. So I would teach them how to use that. And while searching for over the net, while searching for different, then since the stockists were not really giving me much of support, I started exploring actual users. So actual users में मैंने सोचा कि how do I find actual users, and I found spray paint art. At that time, people knew about graffiti, but aerosol graphia people did not know. So I found aerosol graphia, and I did my first painting. I want to show you my first painting.
That would be amazing. Please do, please. Okay, wow, that's quite big.
Yeah, that's very big. So this is amongst the first painting, not the first painting.
Okay.
So I found across the universe, across the world, people are doing a painting of planets and universe and all that. So I said, maybe ek koshish karta hu. And I made the first painting I made was of the moon. When I made that painting, all my family people told me, wow, Papa, this is damn good. Please go ahead with it. I got a lot of encouragement. And that's where it all started. Then I made my second and third and fourth painting. And in the first year itself, I did 2 exhibitions, one in Bombay and one in Delhi. And both of them received tremendous success. So that's where my journey started.
So can you show us also a sample of what this aerosol painting is about and how it is done?
Yes. I'd like to share screen. I have on my desktop. Okay, am I allowed to share screen?
Yes, of course, please.
All right. So please have a look at this video.
Yeah, we can see it.
Can you see my screen?
We can. Yes.
All right. Here goes. This was done about 5 years. That's my terrace. That's my place where I do my work. That's my workshop. That's where I do my paintings. And where I'm sitting is my gallery.
Wonderful. So no special tools also required as such, is that it?
Yeah, no special tools. In fact, towards the end, I've used the brush, but generally I don't even use the brush.
Okay. And this is all self-taught, you've not learned formally?
Yes, it's all self-taught.
Amazing.
Like I said, this is a gift I received from the practice that I entered.
Okay, interesting.
So here I'm using a brush. So normally we don't use a brush.
Okay. So this is a scenery. It's a.
Yes.
Wow, that's the sun. It's looking brilliant. The sun and the shades over there, the sky shades, amazing.
Shall I take it a little forward?
Haji, please. So this again, you're saying is the use of a brush, which is normally not done. Is that it?
Yes. See, like I said, towards in the very beginning, where I was not really very conversant with what I can and what I cannot use, maybe a little bit of brush was used.
Okay.
Later on, I dispensed with it.
So now if you were to make it again, you would not use the brush?
I could, yes. I could do it without using the brush.
Okay.
So I would use anything like, very often I use, there's a completed painting.
Lovely. Very nice. Actually, the spray painting part is brilliant. Yeah, the shades, the way it has come out in the sun, the rays, the way it has come out is beautiful.
So it's just the use of simple tools, very simple tools have been used. And I've got so many of my paintings, I've used very, very simple tools, and I've got effects that, a normal contemporary artist would be able to create. Okay. So, another thing I want to share with you is when I was doing spray painting, I often felt like other spray paint artists that why should art be restricted to galleries? Like most artists have make their paintings, and we don't see them working, right? And a spray paint artist works in the open. I've been doing a lot of street painting, like demonstration street paintings. So there, a crowd can come around and see how you're doing spray paint art, and the art emerges right in front of your eyes. So that is something like, we spray paint artists have taken art out of the galleries onto the streets and made it a performing art. So now it's not just a visual art.
Absolutely. Before I ask you another thing, we have Kumudni Vaid who's saying, Sunil sir, your collection is out of this world. Painting is your calling, and she's sent a lot of clap icons from Narayani RD. It's very nice. There's a heart icon, soothing and right from the heart. Thank you very much. I'm sure it's absolutely right what they're saying. It's a treat to actually watch what you're doing. Another question that I have, a very quick question, sorry. What was the base that you were using? So that's not a paper or a sheet, is that it? When you
It is a paper. It is a paper.
paper. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it is a paper, but it's a special paper. Like initially, I did not know what kind of paper to use. Like all arts, like right now I'm doing a lot of watercoloring. And in watercoloring, I find that we have, hard press and cold press paper and, different type of brushes and all that. So in this, I did not know what kind of paper to use. And then I tried to connect with communities outside India to check with them what kind of paper they were using. And they told me they're using poster board. Now, the poster board that is available abroad, I was in Canada for a while. The poster board that is available over there is different from the poster board that we get over here. Their poster board is like a smooth paper. It's almost like a photographic paper, very smooth.
Glossy.
And then, like, from trial and error, I realized if I do it on drawing paper, if I do it on any other paper, the art form will not work. Okay.
Oh,
So then I started doing it on, yeah. Then I was like looking poster board yahan par mil nahi raha tha. So then I started looking for something that is semi gloss or gloss or whatever. And I said, let me try the backside of a calendar, wall calendar. Uske piche lots of paintings I have done on the backside of the wall calendar, and then I was getting the effects right. But the problem was the wall calendar was very thin, and I wanted a paper that is at least 250, 300 GSM. So then I started searching the market. I went to the, Crawford Market, the paper market, wholesale paper market. I went there and I started searching for paper, and I found that the paper that they use for wedding cards and for greeting cards, those are the papers which are good for me. Then I used to buy that paper in wholesale. And I
so
started,
right now also you would advise this only. How do you, I mean, tell your students what to buy, and is this a necessity? This, of course, the sheet would be, right?
yes, there are two ways spray paint art can be done. One is wet on wet, where I need to work on the paper while the paints are wet. So I spray a lot of colors, one on top of the other, and then I smudge and smear and, stenciling and all that I do, and I create my effects. Okay. The other way is dry on dry. So the other way, which is like, where I don't need that kind of paper, can be done on canvas. So initially, like 12 years back, I had asked somebody, okay, how do I do spray painting on canvas? And one of the youngsters replied to me, hey man, why would you want to do on canvas? Meaning to say it doesn't happen on canvas. And I told myself, no, if it cannot happen on canvas, I want to do it on canvas.
Okay.
And then I found my way of doing it on canvas.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. And how long would it take? If I wanted to learn art from you, and I've never actually held a brush, so how long would it take for a regular person to just learn all the three things? Tell me about zentangle. Tell me about aerosol.
So,
And
in order to get a little feel of the art, in spray paint art, I moduled my own classes, like level 1, level 2, level 3. So I would tell people, if you want to come and learn from me, join 6 of these, and then you'll be able to have a very good idea as to what the art form is all about. So level 1, I would teach them 2 paintings. Level 2, I would teach them 2 paintings. And level 3, I would take them onto canvas, because everybody who came to me would want to know how to do on canvas.
correct.
So I would take them onto canvas. And similarly, even in cartoon drawing and zentangle art also, I would say that a set of 6 is a fairly a good learning period time. After that, of course, a lot depend on your own practice.
Interest in practice.
Yeah.
So how much do you dedicate? I mean, in a day, how much time do you dedicate to your art?
To my art,
Yes.
if I say it's something like 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot. That's okay. I mean,
So
okay.
it's not.
You have a fixed time? I'm sure not.
Sorry.
Do
No.
you don't have a fixed time? I'm sure you just wake up with something. You have an idea in the head, and you just wake up with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's like, maybe I won't paint for 10 days. Okay.
Right.
Maybe I'll do one painting which has gone astray, and then I'm very like irritated. Oh, this didn't happen. I mean, is this me? It's almost like that, and then out of that, जो बोलता है अंदर का जो गुस्सा होता है, उसके बाद में जो next painting बनती है, it's like, wow, this is very nice, So once failure takes,
those emotions are required for the painting.
Absolutely. So and when I feel like painting, I must paint at that time. So when I say 6 hours, it's not all the 6 hours of painting. It's maybe 2 or 3 hours of painting and 2-3 hours of learning. I also keep looking at other people's works. I also keep learning from them, so that I can stay in touch with how others are performing, or how others are, and then when I'm looking at somebody else doing it, I'm not just looking at the person. I'm looking at the way he has held the brush. I'm looking at how what's the way he has picked up the color. All those small things I'm like noticing.
So that is where the difference lies. People say that you can just learn off the YouTube, even though there are thousands and thousands of videos. But this is where the difference is. You've taken so many hours to actually go into the nitty-gritties and see every little detail, and then you've learned it that way. So that's what I'm saying. So when you teach somebody, when you're a tutor, you would have the gist of whatever you've learned. So मेरे को अगर 10 वीडियोस लगेंगे देखने में, तो मैं एक वीडियो में आपके थ्रू द टाइम आई एम सेइंग I'll be able to learn. So that is the essence of a good teacher, and that is what happens. It's very easy, like I said, कि to learn बोलना कि you can learn from YouTube. लेकिन उसमें कितने घंटे लगते हैं, and what all. Another important thing is, when you have a person right in front of you, a teacher, a tutor in front of you, तो जो गलत हो रहा है वो उसी टाइम पता चलेगा आपको, वो बता देगा. ये चीज YouTube वाला नहीं बता पाएगा. He is just going to tell you what to do. So that is
you just watch. You're just watching. Here you're interacting.
Absolutely.
When I'm talking to my students who are learning from me, I try not to take a very big batch. Sometimes some people have come to me and they've told me, can you take about 40 to 80 students? I tell them, no, I can. When I'm teaching one-on-one, offline, at that time I say maximum 6 people. And when I'm teaching online, I say maximum 20. परंतु 10-15 होंगे तो और भी अच्छा है,
So that's the limit of a batch size.
Yeah, about 15 to 20 is good enough. Too much hoga, so what will happen is there'll be so much of questioning, there'll be so much of interaction, there'll be so much of look at mine, show me. And then I even tell them, if I can't see them on when they show me on screen, sometimes I can't see, I'm not clear what they're trying to show me. I tell them, please take a WhatsApp picture, send it to me. Then I look at the WhatsApp picture, I say, oh, no, you made a mistake over here. Try and correct this. Do it this way. And then that's how I take it forward. And then I give them a little bit of homework also sometimes, Okay, now you've learned so and so. Let's say in cartoon drawing, it's all about shapes and, the features, how to put in the features and all that. So, if they've, I would probably give them some, abstract shapes, and tell them, why don't you put your features and show it to me, and then I can probably tell you, okay, this is a sad look, this is a happy look, this is an angry look, or this is an excited look, or whatever. And then I lead them on from doing shapes, faces, expressions, and then take them on to postures, and then from postures I take them on to action pictures, and from action pictures I help them to create their own story. So last time, I think 2 months back, I showed my learners how 2 people are interacting, and one of the guy is telling them, hey, let's meet up, and the other guy is saying, sorry, let's not meet up now. We'll meet up after the pandemic is over. So to create your own stories, and how to think about that story, and how to put it on paper with a cartoon.
Okay. So we have Kumudni Ved, who wants to say, Sunil sir, your work reflects your inner churnings. Ultimately, all forms of art, singing, writing, painting are all forms of self-expression. True. A fearless, dedicated, and open book-like person like you is an excellent mentor. Thank you for sharing your limitless knowledge so selflessly. So well written. Thank you, Kumudni. That's actually very wonderfully worded. Tell me something more. if somebody wants to, it's a very strange question in the sense that an artist and marketing don't go hand in hand. Yet you have to market in today's world yourself, promote yourself, market your work, and actually make it reach the millions. Otherwise, as an artist, you may be limited to yourself or to your home or in a smaller space. So, is there any word of advice for this also, especially based on your experience, how you've promoted yourself, sent out your work to everybody?
Yes, you're very right. As far as creating art is concerned, it's fine. Okay, initially, when I started doing art, I was advised, "Okay, don't think too much about marketing." If see, I have always been a trader. So trader ko kya hai? Okay, let me sell and let me get my money back. Okay, I invested my time, I've invested my money on the things that I buy. The colors and spray cans are a bit expensive, so I've invested so much of time and money into that. I want it back. Okay, so the my USP became the knowledge of using my laptop and the digital form. Okay, so the digital form helped me a lot to market myself. I went on Facebook, I went on Twitter, I went on all the other platforms that would help me to market myself. And of course, I'm friends on a lot of groups. I have my college friends group. I'm into karaoke singing also. I enjoy karaoke singing. So I have 200 people on the karaoke group. Then I have I've been a JC during college days. So I have a JC exclusive JC's group. So on all these groups, whenever I do something new, I just share my pictures with them. And some of my friends are into interiors and they're architects. So they've been encouraging me and buying art from me. In fact, one of my very close interior decorator friend, I he's almost like related to me. So I asked him, I said, "Hey, are you buying my painting because you want to help me?" But no, I like your painting. I said, "Are you sure? You're a friend of mine. So probably you're just doing it to help me." So he says, "No, I'm not doing it to help you. I like your art." So that was very encouraging. And I mean, that's the way marketing, you cannot. There have been lots of requests from lots of people. Give us your art. We'll put it on our platform and we'll try and sell it for you. And I found it very difficult to get any sales out of them. But there were certain galleries which really gave me good sales. One was the open art gallery outside Jahangir Art. There I put up, I don't have to pay anything. Then there was another gallery in Bandra, Pradarshak Art Gallery. I'm very happy to say that she encouraged me to sell my paintings and at a very minimal cost at that. I don't know how she's working. So, anyways, so these are some of the galleries and some of my friends who have helped me to do my marketing. One has to keep on exploring, and then I even put up on in theaters and all. During those days in malls and theaters, they used to have this gallery where you can put up. So I've done a lot of canvassing, a lot of marketing efforts, and the
So
efforts
eventually, talent speaks. I mean, of course, you have to promote yourself amongst your friends to begin with, and on various social media platforms, one has to do. But eventually, talent speaks in the sense that if it is good, your work is good, people will recognize and they will say ki acha hai, and you will be encouraged and want to do more of it, right? Okay, before we move ahead, there are two people who are saying, Vaibhav is saying Sunil sir is not only good at painting, but he's an awesome singer. And Kumudni also says, yes, Vaibhav, he sings very well. A modern day Hemant Kumar, amazing. Wow. I am into singing in a very big way. So I will not let you go before we have at least two lines of some good Hemant song, Hemant ka number. Any two lines, sirf mukda mukda.
Hemant, on the contrary, I'm more of a, no, Konsa. I'm forgetting which was the Hemant Kumar song I sang.
Whatever is your choice. Whatever is your choice. No compulsion of Hemant Kumar.
I love Mohammad Rafi. I've been doing a lot of Mohammad
बहुत
Rafi
बढ़िया,
songs.
बहुत बढ़िया।
So
इरशाद।
without the music, it goes like this. अरे अजी ऐसा मौका फिर कहाँ मिलेगा, तो हमारे जैसा दिल कहाँ मिलेगा, आओ तुमको दिखलाता हूँ पेरिस की एक रंगी शाम, देखो 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 देखो, an evening in Paris.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया। This is amazing. This is amazing. A talented, gifted person. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Seriously good. This is too.
I want to share, when you're telling me talented and gifted, I just want to share that it's all about being happy. Okay. And in my practice, I learned the Buddhism practice. And I also want to share lines from John Lennon. When he was 5 years old, he was asked by the school that what is it that you want to do when you grow up? And his reply was, I want to be happy. So he was again questioned, no, 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 you don't understand the assignment. We want to know what is it that you would like, mechanic, engineer, what is it that you want to become when you grow up? Well, I'm sure I want to be happy. So it's all about being happy. And when from my practice, I learned, and my practice also teaches me how to be happy and how to make others happy. And very often, I'm sharing more than like as a trader. Let me be very honest. As a trader, I was secretive. I can't let my business secrets out so that somebody else will flourish. Okay, but as an artist, I'm not secretive at all. I want to give. I want to give not this much. I want to give this much.
Wow.
So being happy and helping others to be happy is all about life. That's what life is about. And आप
I
जितना दोगे उतना आपको वापस मिलेगा.
बहुत बढ़िया बात बोली आपने। जितना आप दोगे वो मिलता है। They say life is like an echo. Everything comes back. The good, the bad, the true. So give the world the best you have, and the best will come back to you. I love that quote. And बिल्कुल आपने सही बोला। इनफैक्ट आपके TEDx के स्पीकर में जब आपने वो बोला था, उसमें भी towards the end you said something about happiness, and you know what? Honestly, I'm telling, it's showing on your face, in your life. एक चारों तरफ एक ऑरा होता है हर इंसान का, एंड दैट इज एक्चुअली कमिंग आउट ऑफ यू, एंड ऑनेस्टली एनी पर्सन हु इज लर्निंग फ्रॉम यू वुड गेट दैट पार्ट ऑल्सो। एज अ टीचर आप सिर्फ ये नहीं बताते हो कि ये सीखो, आप इतनी अपनी पर्सनैलिटी भी उसमें डाल देते हो। So it's very important for the teacher also to be of your kind, having a happy attitude and an experience of life which you can share, which you can give out to the students. Amazing. मेरे को बिल्कुल खत्म करने से पहले ये बात बताइएगा, आपका जो सेशन आप करते हैं वो आप exactly क्या करते हैं, कितने दिन का होता है, and how much does it cost to a student to learn?
Okay, so spray paint art was something which I was doing right from the beginning, and cartoon drawing, and ये तो अभी start किया है मैंने. I don't want to go into the cost factor right now. What I would want to share is that it's really not expensive. What I used to charge while teaching offline was very huge. It was a very huge sum. And what I'm asking from the students now to learn online is like 1/10 of what I was charging at that time.
Okay.
So that's the difference. Okay. And another thing is like, initially I was little hesitant कि जो मैं offline सिखा रहा था and what I'm teaching online, will it be equal or will it be like good enough? And from my initial experiences, I found that it was really good enough because the pictures that the students made and sent back to me were satisfactory, very satisfactory.
Okay.
So, yes. So I would say this pandemic has given me an opportunity to move out of India and to go abroad. Like I'm teaching students from UK, Bahrain, USA, then from Dubai. Then India ke andar, I've got students from Siliguri, I've got students from Amritsar, and I've got people, the principal of a school in Amritsar, their children, and I've got from Delhi, and all over from there.
Brilliant.
National or international platform मिल गया है.
हाँ जी,
And it is like the results from my students, learning students, gives me satisfaction. I won't say it just to praise them or to, of course, each one has his own capacity. Like if 12 people are doing the same art, each one will not give me this exactly the same picture. But uh, based on the capacity of the learner, they give me satisfactory results.
Okay, okay, very nice. We have people who are saying, Kumudni is saying, sir, I too chant the Nam Myoho. I'll not be able to pronounce it correctly.
It's Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo, ji.
Yeah.
So she also does it, and it's very rejuvenating before going to sleep. And Vaibhav is saying that Kumudni is also a very good singer. Right now, we'll not take singing. However, if you have any questions who are watching us, please address them. Please let us know what is it that you would like to ask Sir about his art, about whatever that you've seen, heard, watched, about his classes, anything. If there's anything that you would like to say. Okay. Kumudni is saying, G ma'am, love your warm, expressive, and all encompassing personality. Excellent hosting. Thank you so much. Thank you for being such a wonderful link between the artist and the. Thank you, Kumudni. That's an honor for me. Thank you very much. So I think with that we can end. Anything that I have missed out? Anything else that you would like to add? Any special thing that you would like to convey? Can I ask one more thing? You know, what is your age?
72.
72, touch wood.
You
are, nobody would go above 52 or max 55 for you. That's the energy that you are radiating.
Okay. I started at 60.
You started at 60.
Yeah.
So there's hope. There's hope for humanity.
Yeah, of course, of course. In fact, you see, I've been invited for 3 TED talks, and in all my 3 TED talks, this is what I have been telling people. Like, you know, even when I've done one TED talk in Bombay with HR College, then another TEDx talk, sorry, another TEDx talk I have done with SIBM Bangalore, and one TEDx talk with Rajkot University. Okay. And whenever I go for a TED talk or whenever I go for something which is very important to me, I want to do a little bit of, researching. So I was just researching somebody else's TED talk, and I found one guy talking about cartoon drawing, and cartoon drawing is close to my heart. So I said, let me see what he's talking about. So he started his talk by saying, and TED Talks are always limited to, let's say, about 100 people, not a very huge crowd. Right. So he asked the audience, how many of you in the audience out there know how to do cartoons? So hardly anybody raised their hand. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then he says, all right, let me assure you that before you leave the auditorium, if I tell you that you will have become a cartoonist, will you believe me? So, it was like, wow, I don't believe you. Absolutely. And everybody had a paper and pencil on their desk, where they could do cartooning. And he showed them how to do cartooning. And he started with, the nose, eyes, the hair, ear bana diya, niche smiley de diya, or there you have your cartoon. And everybody said, wow, we did it. So what I'm trying to say is that on a similar note, I took my at TEDx Rajkot. I asked them the same question. Mm-hmm. Is there anybody over here who has done spray painting in their life? So and sometimes I just muse around with children, and I tell them, do you know how to spray? So they say, no, we don't know how to spray. I tell them, no, you don't know how to spray. You don't have a spray can at home. They say, no. I said, you don't have machhar marne ka dawa. You don't have, yes, we have it. So I said, that's not what we are going to use in spray painting, but that's what spray cans are all about. And in the audience, I asked them, do you all know how to do spray painting? So obviously everybody said no. I said, okay, I'm going to show you a demonstration of spray painting, a 5-minute demonstration. And because in a TEDx talk, you don't get more than 15 minutes, So 5 minutes of demonstration, I showed them. And I said, go back home and give it a shot. And I'm sure you'll be able to do it. So, I would say anybody can do it. It's just like ABCD, anybody can dance.
Wow. Good example and a very good incident. Anybody wants to start, and then and there you just make them do, and it happens. Amazing. We have okay, people who are watching us can unmute and start their video, and if you have a comment or two, you're most welcome to share it with us. Kumudni is here. Anybody who's watching? Kumudni, so sweet of you. 60 years is the beginning of a new start of second innings. Absolutely. Wow. That's and people like Sunilji are proving it right in front of us that there's so much more to life than just working and retiring. Amazing, amazing. Yes, Kumudni ji, unmute yourself, please.
मैंने unmute किया है.
हाँ जी, now we can hear you, please.
Yeah, मैंने unmute किया है. Ma'am, first and foremost, thank you for being such an excellent host. And I'm not able to recall you, but I have seen you in on screen, probably in an ad or in a serial or what, I don't know. So I know you are also a very expressive and an artistic minded person. So it's lovely to meet you in person.
So nice.
So thank you for being here. And I know I took the liberty of calling you Gia and not Jamila, which is your real name, because somehow I feel you're also like an open book, ma'am. I don't know, first time I'm seeing you on screen, but somehow I feel I know you.
So nice of you.
Like Sunil sir, I just heard first time when he came for the Wednesday open mic for singing, which Parth Deshpande conducts here on Clap. It's not just the word, the voice or whatever. You know, I don't know, I think it is a very intrinsic and it's a very deep, coming from the soul kind of a thing. You know, you just feel you know the person. That's all. It's just an instant connect. So, there's no logic. There's no rational. There's nothing. There's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. You know? So somehow it's that. I just wanted to tell you this. I was not being disrespectful towards you by not addressing you as Jamila and calling you Gia. So I just want to tell you that.
So sweet of you. I'll never forget that. Thank you so much.
And
Jamila,
Sunil sir.
I have the same feelings like Kumudini about you. This was one, I have had interviews, but this was one interview that I really enjoyed, and the questions were so valid, and you made me bring my art journey out in as passionate way as possible.
It's an honor for me to hear these words. Thank you so much. It's an honor to listen to you. You've been very interesting. It was very interesting. In fact, I was also dreading sometimes people go on to long, boring narratives. This was so interesting what you told. Every word was interesting. And there was so much to, learn and take. And the best part is that happened,
exactly.
which I love.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I honestly, I'm thinking of taking the course from you. I will certainly, whenever I get time, I'll learn this drawing from you.
Of course. I'll ask Arshi to organize something for Kumudini, you, all of us.
I would for sure.
Yeah, please. Please
sir,
do.
Sir, I would like to learn Zenta from you, sir. Zentangle art from you, sir.
Sure,
and sir, behind you, on my right-hand side, is that a painting from Hills Are Alive, Sound of Music? Is that Julie Andrews on the that flat table of Austria?
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Yeah, Sound of Music.
It is Julie Andrews, right?
Yeah.
Hills Are Alive. She's singing on that flat tableland of Austria from Sound of Music, isn't it, sir?
Wonderful.
Is that the painting? Wow, that's really beautiful, sir. Sir, I would love to learn.
I think that was the Do or Dear song.
The hills are
sir, this is Hills Are Alive.
Yeah.
Hills Are Alive.
I'm sorry. You got it right.
Alive. It's on the flat tableland, like we have a Panchgini tableland.
Right.
This is in Austria, sir.
Correct.
Austria. Yeah. Outside Vienna, sir.
I selected these posters because they were close to my heart while I was in college. College में हमारे अपने खुद के आराधना and अनारकली and वो उस टाइम पे romantic mood होता है. So all those kind of posters which were close to my heart for one reason or the other. Those are the posters I selected to bring out in my paintings.
All right. Arshi is saying that Clapwings in association with Sunilji is already running the workshop for 2 weeks on cartoon and Zentangle art. Right?
Okay.
So that is apart from what you Hanji, it's already going on with Clap. So if you want to register, that can be done. Zentangle and cartoon drawing.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? Anything else? So, should we stop here then? Sunilji, then I think we'll stop over here. It's been amazing. It's been wonderful. It's been one of the best mornings that I've had talking with such an insightful person as you. I hope people get to know more of you and learn from you. I hope you teach the entire country, not just art, but expressing yourself through art and the happiness that you're spreading. Thank you very much. It's been amazing. Thank you very much.